ask you this though, bro.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think is going to be the answer? Like, what's your ideal outcome of doing books like,
Like
stamps and
stamp.
things like that? Like, what kind of change is really going to make things move forward?
I think it's a few things. I think number one, I think it's gonna. I think there's some serious like policy things that have to happen, obviously. But I also think that like for the youngins growing up, there's some super small things that can happen for them that we just didn't have. Vocabulary is more important than people think. Language it builds culture. If we can change language, we can change culture, right? We can if we can sort of adjust the way that we talk about things, then the culture sort of goes that way. And so to get youngins talking about this at 12 and 13 instead of at 30 and 31, then by the time they're 25, everything like these complicated conversations become a lot less complicated, or at least a lot less uncomfortable, right? And if we can settle into the complexity of this conversation, then we might be able to pick away at an actual answer that will serve everybody. The other thing, though, to keep it a buck with you, is I think that Stamped is a really important book for young people, but I think that it's attacking a particular thing that is a piece to a bigger thing. Like if there's another part of the conversation that just wasn't had in the book. I don't know if we win. And when I say win, I just don't know if we become equitable and if we get to sort of an equitable place.
That would be a win.
That would be a win, but I don't know if we get there simply from the race conversation. I don't know if it works. I think it's important because it's real and it's true and our country is built on it. But until we're able to sort of build really nail down the intersection between race and class, really nail it down and figure out a way. And even think about I got a buddy who's a Politico and we think about this stuff all the time. This is his whole thing. He's like, look, we can be right or we can try to get to the answer. And he's like, if we want to get to the answer, I'm not sure a conversation around race is going to get us to the answer. Even though I know it's an inclusive conversation and the groundswell is completely different, because then it becomes about it's Rainbow Coalition all over again, right? It's Hampton, it's King, it's everybody because poverty, though we can stratify it through race, it's technically not a racialized thing. It's a lot of poor white people who are angry at capitalist structure, right? Like the perversion of capitalist structure, right? And I often wonder if that's sort of the way that we actually get over. I don't know. I'm just thinking it through. I don't know if, even though I believe in the racial conversation, I don't know if it's enough alone to get us where we need to go.